Okay, hello, I think. Hi, everyone. Let me know if you can see me and hear me. Please, hopefully this is working. I will give everyone a second to get in here. Um, yeah, I was fully ready to go, and when I clicked start streaming, sorry that I'm late. I don't really know what exactly happened, but basically all the information that trying to get Peanut to come say hi to y'all. Basically all of the information that I usually have in my like streaming software, which is OBS, if you're familiar with streaming and stuff like that. Um yeah, it just didn't remember any of the information apparently, and I had to figure out how to find the stream key again, which is something that I did when I first set up these live streams and I haven't had to do since. So I was watching tutorial videos and whatever. So sorry, 10 minutes late. How is everybody today? Hello and welcome to our live stream for this month. Um, yeah, how is everyone? Let me know where you are tuning in from. And I've got Peanut here, at least for a little while, to greet y'all and say hello. Let's see if we can get him closer to the camera. I know this is what everyone's really here for. So, let's see. We've got Dallas, Texas. Also, there's something weird going on with my OBS, but oh well. Kentucky, Toronto. Oh my gosh, it must be cold there because today it is saying there's a lot of honking going on outside. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but today it's saying this horn is so distracting. Hopefully the mic's not picking it up, but it might be. Today it said that it feels like negative 14 degrees outside because it's very windy, but it's also very cold. It's actually like 9 degrees when I last checked, but feels like negative 14 Fahrenheit, obviously. Not Celsius. American life over here. So I bet it's especially cold in Toronto, you know. Let's see where everyone else is tuning in from. Negative 15 Celsius feels like negative 28. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit exactly, but that's certainly cold. Bowling Green, Ohio, Ontario, Canada, Florida. Yeah, we've got that Florida representation. Atlanta, Gila River Indian Reservation. Ooh, is that in America? Maryland, Montana. Ow, Peanut. You need to cut your nails, dude. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining, and thanks for choosing to spend a little bit of your Saturday. I was going to say Sunday, but it's Saturday. Your Saturday with me. I appreciate it. We are going to, in a little bit, start. Don't, no. We're going to start the awards for this month. So if you haven't been to one of my live streams before, every single month I give out awards for what we watched in the previous month on YouTube. So I'll be giving out some fun little awards for that, but also just hanging out and chatting with y'all. Okay. He is loving life right now, aren't ya? A little goop in your eye. Okay. Is anybody gonna be watching the Super Bowl? I just recently learned that that's happening this weekend. I don't think I will be watching that necessarily. I'll probably watch the halftime show afterwards. I don't think I don't even have access to live TV right now, and I'm not planning to go over somewhere where they're going to be watching that, but who knows? That could always change. Um, but yeah, I know it's supposed to be Seattle Seahawks and the Patriots, which I don't know what state and city the Patriots is. I guess I could look that up. Memphis. Let's see. Vegas. Oh, yeah, we've got some Super Bowl. New England Patriots is Boston. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's the phrase, New England Patriots, which is so funny cuz is that just representing all of those little northeast states like Massachusetts, New Hampshire? I don't know why those are the only states I said. Maine, Vermont, like is that just representing all of New England basically, I guess? I don't know. I can't think of NFL teams off the top of my head that are those other states that I just mentioned, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine. But I could certainly be wrong. I don't know much about football or the teams. I probably, ow! We're cutting your nails after this, mister. Okay, you've had enough. You've had enough. You've gotten enough attention for right now. Um uh oh my gosh. So basically, if you want to hear more of my live stream woes for just a moment, I for some reason the chat window that I usually have up in OBS, it's not giving me an option to add that to the dock. So I'm trying to look at it in YouTube Studio, but it's like it's even smaller than usual, and it's kind of hard for me to see what everyone's saying. So I don't know. I can figure out a way to make this work a little bit better. But hi everyone, and I want to know what your favorite thing that we watched in January was. So I'll list off everything, um, in case in case you somehow don't remember everything that I just watched in January on YouTube. But we watched Star Wars episodes 2 and 3, a little bit of Severance season 2 episodes 3 and 4, Arrival, Spartacus, Aladdin, There Will Be Blood, Chernobyl episodes 1 and 2, Rogue One, Doctor Strangelove, and The Departed. So, do you have a favorite of those? Just to, I guess if your personal favorite movie out of those or show. Okay, let me try to read these. Oh. Okay. Sorry, my whole flow is off now, But let's see. Maybe I can move this. Okay, that'll be, maybe this will. No, that's still hard to see. Oh my gosh. Okay, be free, kitty. Actually, don't go that way though, because you'll walk on the keyboard. Spartacus, Chernobyl. Sorry, I literally just said an obnoxious amount of times, so I apologize for that. I just heard myself and I was like, oh, we need to cut it out. Rogue One, Star Wars Episode 3, Spartacus, Chernobyl, and The Departed. The Departed was so good. such a ride. Another for The Departed, Chernobyl, Spartacus. Cool. Let me Okay. So those are everything that's gonna be eligible for the awards that I'm gonna start giving out here. And you guys, ready? We've leveled up like 2%. Ah! Wait, this is mirrored. Okay. There we go. There are all of the categories, so I don't have to keep listing them out. If you're wondering what the categories are that I'm giving these awards out for, it is these. It is these. I'm so disoriented because of this being mirrored. Um, oh, Peanut. I wish you could see what Peanut's doing, but he is like caught in between my computer and camera and cables, and oh well, that's on you, Peanut. Um, okay. So, these are all of the awards that we'll be giving out for the movies that we watched in January on YouTube. Um, let's see, we have another Star Wars Episode 3, Rogue One. You have Amelia Clark like eyebrows. I know. They're probably my defining feature, or one of my most defining features. But I actually recently watched the show Ponies on Peacock. My boyfriend and I watched it. It became our, our one episode that we watch while we eat dinner show for a little bit. And have any of y'all seen it? It's kind of mid-tier, but Amelia Clark is in it and she's fun, and Haley Lou Richardson is the other girl in it. And it's kind of a fun show. It's set in Soviet Russia, and there's, it's very kind of campy in some ways. Um it's nothing like Chernobyl, nothing like the tone or vibe of Chernobyl either. I feel like they take a lot of creative liberties in the show. Like, they're just letting them wear all types of clothing that I feel like were not being worn in Soviet Russia. But if you just kind of like want a mid-tier show, sometimes you don't want to be watching a prestige TV show. Sometimes you just want something a little sillier. It was okay. I don't know if I'd fully recommend it, but anyway. So I recently watched Amelia Clark in that. Um, okay, Peanut. Usually he gives up on the treat after a while, but he is going after it today. Okay. Oh my gosh, I just really wish that I could get the chat in an area that is easier for me to read. But let's see. Let me try one more thing. Oh, oh. Oh, oh. Yay! Yay! Okay. Okay. Let me move it over here. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, this isn't how I normally do things, but now I can read what y'all are saying a lot easier without me like looking around my camera, which was kind of blocking it. Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. I feel so much more oriented. I was disoriented and now I'm oriented. Okay. Could you make a video reaction to the movie Requiem for a Dream? I don't think I've heard of that one. Most quotable is any Star Wars. I mean, I don't know if episodes 2 or 3 are that quotable, are they? Nothing sticks out to me that's like something, a quote that I've heard in pop culture before. But that is the first award that we'll be giving out, so we'll get to that one very soon. Yeah, I am Spartacus. Are you Addie's sister? Ah, Peanut. No. I don't understand. Like, in college, we had a friend who her dad thought that we were sisters, and he would always call us the sisters. And I mean, in college, maybe we might have looked a little bit more alike because I had blonde hair, and I feel like, was closer in hair color to Addie's at that point. But no, no relation that we know of. Let's see. Breaking Bad. She speaks Russian in that show. Yeah, she does. Amelia Clark talking about that show called Ponies again. She does indeed speak Russian in that show, and it is really impressive. I mean, to be fair, I don't think I would be the best at identifying if somebody had a bad Russian accent, but I I'm pretty sure it's a really good one that she's doing, and she speaks a lot of Russian too. Um I don't like Santa gets everywhere. Yeah, great quote, Mr. Anakin. He's so positive. Um okay, let's see. So, let's go ahead and get into the first award at least, and I'll keep if you have any questions or anything, you can throw them in the chat and I'll like be coming back and going through that. But let's go ahead and go to most quotable. So, I just realized Peanut's looking this right next to the microwave microwave microphone, and you can probably hear a lot of lick sounds. Do you like or hate this ASMR? Let me know. I don't know. There's a bunch of emojis popping up, so maybe you like it. But that I don't know if that's a soothing sound or not. It is to me, but okay. So most quotable. I've seen some guesses for the Star Wars movies, but I gave it to Spartacus. Peanut is making the camera go in and out of focus. Solely because of the quote, I am Spartacus. I mean, that out of everything that we watched this month, which I'll list off again in a second. Peanut. Sir, you are really causing some chaos onto this live. Oh my gosh. But oh my god, where was I? Yeah, out of everything that we watched this month, I feel like that was kind of one of the biggest quotes that especially I was familiar with before watching the movie and everything. So, I am Spartacus, which I didn't even think about it when I was about to watch the movie, and then when it happened, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's a thing. I am Spartacus." So yeah, most quotable. Yay! We've been upgrading. This way. We've been upgrading the live slowly. So next live, maybe I'll finally be to the level of sound effects. Although I don't know. No promises over here. Luke, I am your father. Yes, but that was not, well, that's not quite the exact quote, but also that's not what we watched this month. So we are, if you're just tuning in or if you haven't joined me for one of these monthly lives in the past, what I typically do is give out awards for everything that we watched in the previous month. So everything that we watched on the YouTube channel. So not necessarily what was on Patreon. Everything that we watched on YouTube in January included Star Wars episodes 2 and 3, Severance, a few episodes of that, Arrival, Spartacus, Aladdin, There Will Be Blood, Chernobyl, first 2 episodes, Rogue One, Doctor Strangelove, and The Departed. Pretty solid month, I would say. He's back. Oh my goodness, Mr. Sir. Oh, my chat just went way back. Okay. Peanut Cam purring into the mic. Yeah, okay. Okay. It doesn't look like anybody was too mad at Peanut's licking his treat right in the microphone. So that's good. Would you react to Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show? That's actually one that I've been interested in watching. I don't know if if y'all would be that interested in it. So let me know. I don't know if that's like quite along. Although, I mean, I really want to watch all types of genres, but I don't know if that's quite what a lot of y'all enjoy. But definitely let me know because I'm really interested to see that show. Um, I'm gonna have to put your little treat, hide it away, sir. Okay. I hid it in a little compartment. Hopefully he thinks that it's gone. Okay. Yeah, Chernobyl definitely has some good quotes too. I'm a little ways back. I'm glad y'all are enjoying Peanut. I once had someone in a live say that it was too much peanut and so they left. And to that I say, too bad. Peanut is here to be seen. Okay, so the next award is Tissue Box Movie. So out of everything that we watched in January, let me know what you think. Buffy would be quite the commitment. Oh, how long is... I didn't think Buffy the Vampire Slayer was that many seasons. How many seasons or episodes is that one? My setup today is really confusing my brain. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. 7 seasons. Oh! Okay, that might be something a little later on, because, I mean, I do eventually feel like it could be fun to do some big shows that I haven't seen, like Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones. Those are honestly the main two that had been in my mind of ones that down the line, because I know that that'll be a huge commitment, but down the line I would like to watch those for the channel if people were interested in it, because I do really want to see them. And yeah, but I know that they'll be huge commitments, and as of right now, I'm trying to stick to stuff that's 1 season or 2 seasons just so that, you know, we can get through it and keep going. But I mean, also my thought process with that originally was that I just wanted to make sure that this YouTube channel would work and it would be something that I could sustain. So like a year ago when I watched Band of Brothers and Chernobyl, which I'm just now editing for YouTube, I just was trying to, you know, do shows that I could complete if I ended up not continuing this YouTube channel, but I feel like we've made it far enough that I'm planning to be here for the long haul. So, yeah, anyway, I feel like eventually it could be fun to do one of those really big shows, though. What would you all prefer between Breaking Bad, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Game of Thrones? I mean, when it comes time for it, I will definitely put a poll on Patreon, but that'll definitely be a little ways out. I am starting the show Arcane on Patreon, which will make its way to YouTube in the next month or two, probably. And once we finish Star Wars, we are really close to getting to start Andor. So 2 A shows with 2 seasons each. I'm so excited to watch Andor soon, y'all. I've just heard really, really great things about that show, and I want to see it. So those 2 shows are, I mean, Arcane, I've already watched the first 2 episodes, but that's about to start on my Patreon, and then Andor will be starting a little bit after, so we've got a little bit of TV for a while. But yeah, eventually Breaking Bad. Gilmore Girls? I've seen Gilmore Girls, but yeah, that would be a cute, wholesome thing to do. Oh yeah, Firefly. I've definitely when I was first trying to decide like what should the first show be to watch on YouTube, I did get a lot of suggestions for Firefly, I believe, because at that time I was asking, I think it was on Patreon, I was asking people what would be the best show to watch that's like one season, what would you want to see the most? So yeah, maybe we should do Firefly just to see it. I'm curious what the heck that show even is. But I remember Band of Brothers ended up winning that poll well over a year ago now. Um, let's see. Have you really seen Gilmore Girls though? Yes, of course I have. I've seen it. I've seen the whole series. I watched that in college, and then I feel like I've seen some episodes just randomly multiple times because either a friend has it on or something. Um, something like that. But also, yeah. And I've even seen those little specials that they did, or maybe it was just one. I think it was just one that they did where um it was they made it, in like 2017 or something like that. And it was like a little movie with Rory and Lorelai and all of that. Bunheads I have not seen. Um SC38 reimagined. Obi versus Vader short? Is that real? Like, is that made by the Star Wars people? Or is that like a fan thing? Let me look it up. I've never heard of it, so I'm not sure. SC38. Scrubs reboot. I don't know. I've never seen the original Scrubs, and honestly, medical shows don't. I've never really latched onto one of those before. Um, but just personally. Huh. Oh, it's only 6 minutes long. This scene. Oh, scene 38 reimagined, I guess is what the S. Um, SC. Huh. Interesting. Where do you even watch this? I'm curious. Um, okay. Let's see. Okay, let me go ahead and move on to the next award because I've just been lollygagging for a little bit. The next one is Tissue Box Movie, although I don't think I really saw. I don't think I really saw many uh, people guessing what the Tissue Box Movie is. Oh, but now I'm seeing a bunch of messages that I missed that I didn't see. Wind River. More comedy. Okay. I just put up the other day on Patreon, I put up a poll for what genre our next poll should be. And so maybe actually I can ask y'all if you would have any requests because it looks like comedy is winning that poll by just a hair. Thriller is next in line. The last I checked this morning. It's like a 2% difference or something. So if comedy ends up winning, which comedy movies do y'all think I should put on the poll? Because I don't have anything definite in mind as of right now. So let me know. I feel like most comedy movies that I'm more familiar with off the top of my head are a decent bit more modern, or at least like post 2000. So yeah. Let me know. Charmed, that series. Power Rangers movie, 2017 Power Rangers movie. Oh. South Park. I've never seen South Park, but I've heard such good things. I know that anyone who watches it seems to love it. Team Dean all the way. Really? Dean is probably last on my list. That I remember at least. I remember I think that like what is his name, Jesse, the brunette? He sucked, but I really liked him at the same time. I don't know. And so he was always my number one. But I don't remember all the details of the show. I know her college boyfriend was a good guy, I think. I don't remember. um Ted Lasso would be soup for the soul. Aw, that would be fun. And that one's a little bit of a shorter show. Let's see. Um Oh, we've got some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles recommendations. I don't think I knew that they, well, I mean, I guess I thought that was more of a TV show. I don't know if I knew that they had movies of that. But maybe I did know that. I don't know. Have you tried The Pit? I haven't, and I will say that's like a medical show that I am intrigued by just because I've heard it is supposed to be so like next level good. I guess it's a little less soap opera feeling. Um but yeah, my freshman year college roommate had a TV in our dorm room, and she like had a thing where she needed to sleep with the TV on, and the good thing was that I am a pretty, I can sleep pretty well. I can sleep pretty deep. Like if there is noise in the background, I can usually just tune it out. So she would sleep with the TV on, but it would usually be Grey's Anatomy. And so like a lot of the time I would wake up in the middle of the night cuz like a heart monitor was going off or flatlining or whatever. And I would be like, what's going on? Or the other show she would watch a lot was Criminal Minds. And so then sometimes I would wake up to like gunshots. I'd be like, it wasn't like often, and she wouldn't have it on that loud, but sometimes it just infiltrates the sleep. So I don't know, funny little story. So I think that's part of why like now I don't really love Grey's Anatomy that much because of having to have that on in the background in college. Um, Scrubs is a comedy. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was like, yeah, just kind of. I didn't know that. Why not try one episode style shows? What what would be an example of a one episode style of show? I'm not positive what that would be. Okay. Oh, I'm clicking and weird things were happening. Okay, the Tissue Box Movie Award. I don't know if anyone said anything, but I gave it to Arrival. Even though I didn't really, for some reason, that movie didn't really like fully crack its way into my, at least my tear ducts. Like it definitely was like, I was feeling it in my heart, but I don't know if I even cried at that one. Gosh, if anything, maybe I should give this to Star Wars Episode 3. I kind of blanked out there. But Arrival is such a heartfelt movie, and I think that overall, dang, should I change it and give it to Revenge of the Sith? Actually, wait. Is that yeah. Yeah, but I gave it to Arrival cuz it is a really beautiful, tugs at your heartstrings type of movie. But honorary mention Star Wars Episode 3 definitely, because that one had me feeling it. And anytime a movie has me crying while I'm editing it too, that's how you know. And I was definitely with Star Wars Episode 3. And with Rogue One. Whatever. There's a lot of good options here. And with Spartacus, actually. I was definitely crying while I was editing that one at the end. Ugh. The Harry Potter movies. Oh my gosh, you must be new here. Oh, which way am I going? Because look at these little guys. I love Harry Potter. That is like one of the only cult, like, I don't know if you can call it a cult, but one of the only like fandoms that I had really been a part of, I guess you could say, or like, that I just one of those genre franchises that I was really into before starting this channel. Because I grew up with it as a kid. I read the books and then I would watch the movies. And they were still coming out as I was like reading the books and watching the movies. So I remember like especially Deathly Hollows, that one coming out as a book. And a big old twist with Professor Snape and, like my whole world changing. But I love Harry Potter. I read the books multiple times as a kid. I've seen the movies several times. But I mean, I would love to do a rewatch of them on the channel, but I feel like that might be not the most interesting thing for y'all to watch. Um, yeah. I'd rather watch people laugh. I get that, especially the world is so heavy right now. So yeah, let me know your comedy movie recommendations. I haven't. You might have been saying them and I haven't gotten there yet, but um watch Adam McKay comedies like Step Brothers and the other guys. I feel like I've seen didn't is he just a producer or did he help write Succession? Adam McKay. I feel like I've definitely seen something else that he's done. I'm moving my browser over here so I can see it better. But let's see. Oh, Vice and Don't Look Up. I've seen those, but yeah, I want to see Anchorman, Step Brothers, and both of those are Will Ferrell, and I love Will Ferrell. One of the movies that I did see a lot growing up was Elf, and so, I mean, especially as a kid, I loved that movie, and I loved him in it, so watching a Will Ferrell one would be a lot of fun, for sure. Okay, the next award is Standout Character. So out of everything that we watched on the channel in January, let me know what y'all would be most excited to see. What y'all think who you would give the Standout Character award to. I'm like reading and talking at the same time, and yeah. Sometimes that's like patting your head and rubbing your belly, Blazing Saddles, Not Another Team movie, or the South Cut, Bigger, Longer, Uncut movie. Okay. Where do we go to suggest comedy? I mean, right here. Right here is a good opportunity because I'll actually, yeah, you know what? I'll even start writing some ideas down. So, let's see. Anchorman. Well, Anchorman was my idea. Step Brothers. Would y'all even want to see an Anchorman reaction? I don't know. I just remember that was such a popular comedy when it came out. Yeah, I can also just come back to this chat. I don't have to start writing everything down. Somebody suggested Lost, which actually I did watch that. I watched that in high school, so I definitely forget a huge amount of the show, but I've seen it. So there's that. Greetings from Delaware, Jurassic Park. I do want to watch the Jurassic Park franchise, somewhat soon. For some reason, that sounds like a fun summer thing, so maybe we could get to that in the summer. Okay, yeah, a lot of people seem to really like The Pit, so maybe I will start watching that soon. The only thing is that, like, the only time that I'm honestly watching anything anymore like for fun is while I'm eating dinner. So I'll watch like one episode of something maybe a day, but sometimes I won't even watch something every day. And watching The Pit while eating dinner does not sound good. I mean, I'm imagining that it's probably really gory, and yeah, that probably isn't the best show to watch while you're having a meal. um, Greetings from New Orleans. Um, okay. Yeah, do we have any standout character guesses? I don't know if I'm still behind. Ooh, hi from Scotland. Bonnie, Scotland? I haven't heard of that town. That's cool. Um, Cold Ayo. A Potterhead. Yes, I am indeed a Potterhead. Oh, I see somebody, my thing refreshed, but I do see that somebody said Ted Lasso for comedy, and this poll is going to be for movies. So, Blazing Saddles, Young Frank, History of the World Part 1. Okay, I'm writing your suggestions down, okay? I really am. So, if you want to throw in a comedy movie suggestion, I don't know if all of them, I usually make my polls on Patreon like 4 movies, maybe a little bit more. So they probably won't all make it on there. Maybe I'll do a slightly bigger poll. But yeah, spur of the moment decision. We're gonna put some of your suggestions in the poll on Patreon when that one happens. Fandoms are critical, cults are not. Oh. Okay. Well, then maybe I'm not really I mean, I'm just a huge Harry Potter fan, you know? Yeah, had a lot of fun with it growing up. Jerry Bruckheimer movies, Crimson Tide. Lots of movies, lots of suggestions. Also, have y'all seen many of the movies that came out and were nominated for Oscars and everything? I recently watched Begonia. I watched that on my own because I figured that one didn't seem like one that would be like a top contender for one that would be fun to watch on the channel. So I went ahead and watched it on my own. I've also seen One Battle After Another. I've seen Sinners. But what do y'all think of some of the movies that are up for the Academy Awards this year? Standout character, the genie. Hold on. I have to look up something that somebody suggested. Also, these awards that I'm giving out, y'all, are just for what we watched in January. I see some random things and I'm like, wait, what are we even talking about? So, the movies that I watched on the channel in January are Star Wars episodes 2 and 3, Severance, Arrival, Spartacus, Aladdin, There Will Be Blood, Chernobyl, Rogue One, Doctor Strangelove, and The Departed. So that is what we're giving out awards for. So, my standout character, I'll go ahead and say it because somebody did get it right, was the genie. How could I not give it to the genie? Yeah. There we go. Yay, applause. Ooh, dodgeball. Dodgeball. Okay. Writing down dodgeball. That is one that I've wanted to see. Dodgeball. The other guys. Writing that down. Oh yeah, the Naked Gun movies. I do want to see that. I know some people who worked on the remake that they did with, well, very recently, with Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson. Okay. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Oh yeah, I have heard of that. Fast Times. I won't write out that whole thing, but I'll know what it is. But I actually want to see. I need to envision that movie in my head and see like who's in it or something. Oh. Oh, Sean Penn. I mean, I just watched him in One Battle After Another, and I realized I had never seen that guy in anything, so it could be cool to see him in something else. Do not watch the Pit and Eat. Okay. Scott Pilgrim. Okay. This is my chaotic, messy handwriting. It's not usually that messy, but okay. Addie posted Wedding Crashers today on YouTube. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one either. Some disaster movies. Oh my gosh, I hate it when things go wrong in movies. Doesn't that happen in every movie though? Jumping on briefly from Memphis. And a quick vote for Freerin? I've never heard of that. I guess it's a show? Interesting. Naked Gun franchise, Austin Powers franchise. It refreshed. But while I catch back up, the next award is going to be for Your Shoelaces Are Untied. So that is typically just for the movie that I didn't love the ending of the most, or something like that. Or it just felt incomplete, but oftentimes it's maybe I didn't really like the ending or something like that. Okay. One Battle was great. Yes, I agree, but I'll wait until I put that reaction out, which that's going to be out sometime in the next few days. I'm currently editing it, but I'm just at the beginning of the edit. Tomorrow I'm putting out more Severance. I know not a ton of people are watching that, which is a shame. Actually, every time I go live, really all I want to do is convince you all to watch Severance with me if you're not already, because that show is probably my favorite one I've ever seen so far. It's really good. It's so fun. It's like psychological thrillery, mystery, sci-fi feeling sometimes, but also just like a good drama, some good deep drama going on. Wayne's World, Dumb and Dumber, Liar Liar, The Big Lebowski. I've watched The Big Lebowski. That one is on the channel. Tommy Boy. I don't think I've heard of Tommy Boy. Are you planning on watching any other David Lynch movies? I would love to. I would love to if y'all would be interested. I know he's slightly more niche in some ways, just in that, or just maybe, I don't know if people love that for like reaction videos or what, but I would love to see some more. I mean, especially what's his other really big one? Blue Velvet? Is that what it's called? I would be really interested to see more of his, without a doubt. Haven series. Y'all are saying some TV shows I've really never heard of. Inland Empire. The Rules of Attraction. That's a comedy movie. Are you going to watch and react to Zootopia? That could be fun. Would y'all be interested in that? Can you please react to Hamnet? I'm thinking about it. I haven't watched it yet because I was thinking that might be, maybe could be a fun reaction. Well, maybe not fun. I think it's supposed to be really sad, or emotional or something, but I was thinking that maybe that could be something that I watch. I was thinking that and Frankenstein, maybe I watch for the channel. Let me know if that sounds good to you. Fast Times Sean Penn versus current day Sean Penn would be whiplash inducing. Now I'm really intrigued. Ooh, Borat. Yeah, okay. Borat. Yeah, I've wanted to see that. Rocky Horror Picture Show. I've actually seen that. And in Atlanta, I think they still do it, but they there's a historic theater in Atlanta called the Plaza Theater. It's really cool. We love it. And they do the whole like classic Rocky Horror tradition, I guess, where they're showing the movie, but then they have a stage where people are the characters in front of the movie as it's happening and doing all of that. I think it's like a traditional thing with Rocky Horror, right? Or something. And then like I've been twice and there's people in the audience like shouting out different lines in the show or different like, it's just like cult, followers, I guess, of, or not followers, but just like cult lovers, appreciators of Rocky Horror. But it was really fun. It was a really interesting way to see Rocky Horror for the first time, and then I went a second time at a different point. Yeah, so I have seen that, but I definitely forget a lot of it as well. Also, I meant to say this earlier in the live, but I'm not like officially celebrating it, but we hit 30,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I want to say thank you so much. If you're subscribed, thank you so much. And if you're not, maybe you should subscribe and give the live a thumbs up. I don't know. I never really ask that on lives, but any thumbs up always helps. Like, anything always helps. Hi. Oh, local boy photography. I don't know. I could not read that for a second. Hello. Thank you so much for the super chat. Question for you. Do you watch any other movie reactors? You don't have to say who, but just curious. I don't really watch them. I had never watched movie reactions before starting this channel, but I will say every now and then when I like can't figure out how to edit a scene to make it more concise, sometimes I'll pull up somebody's reaction. But also I'm starting to kind of like understand why people watch reactions, and I'm like, I have started to sometimes go to other people's channels because I just want to see them specifically react to something that I had just seen, like a specific moment in it or something. So when I have done that, I really like the media nights. Because just from a film perspective, I think it seems like they are both pretty like, informed in film itself and everything like that, and obviously working in film. And also having I have a lot of different perspectives in film because I've worked in some different crew positions, but then I also enjoy writing and directing. So I feel like that's a lot of different lenses to see things through, and they kind of have a similar writer director lens, I think it seems like. And so I've really enjoyed their like commentary. Sometimes they have some good stuff to say. And what is the other person? James versus Cinema, I think, is a similar person who like has film knowledge. So I've enjoyed those. Yeah, but sometimes I'll just pull up a random, or not random, but somebody's reaction if I just can't figure out how to like make a scene more concise. because oftentimes I'm enjoying a lot of the stuff that we're watching on here, and then it makes it hard for me to be more selective with how to cut down a scene, or yeah, what to leave out, all of that. And I mean, I have to leave stuff out, but I try to include as much as I can a lot of the time, especially when I just really enjoyed a movie or a certain scene or whatever. Um, Little Miss Sunshine. I've been curious to see that. Okay. We have a big list going on here. But who are some of y'all's favorite reactors? If you'd like to share, if you watch any others, I'm sure you do. I'm the only movie reactor you watch. Okay. The refresh. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind came up as a recommendation. Guess what, y'all? I've watched it, where it's going up on the channel, hopefully on Valentine's Day. Hopefully I have it all edited in time and everything for Valentine's Day. But yeah, not like a rom-com-y movie, but still, still in the romance genre. And yeah, Airplane. I've already watched Airplane, and it's on the channel if you want to see it. Black Dynamite, The Jerk, Bad News Bears, Austin Powers, and Idiocracy. Those first three I've never heard of. Spy Game, Man on Fire. Da 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 da. Ah! Not the refresh. Oh my gosh. Help. Sorry, I'm like trying to read this tiny font. Oh, Jim Carrey movies. Yeah, I do. I mentioned this in my Eternal Sunshine video, but I do want to see some more Jim Carrey movies because I really haven't seen him in basically anything. And I know he's a comedic actor, obviously, very well aware of that. But I haven't seen many of, yeah, I just haven't seen him do that much comedy. I haven't seen his movies. And so watching Eternal Sunshine was interesting because that's obviously more so a dramatic movie. He does some really funny stuff in it, though, I will say that. But it's made me curious to see more of his comedy because it seems very like physical or like facial expression heavy comedy, like, you know what I mean? But I'm curious if that actually is what his style of comedy even is. Can you give me tips on how to work in the film industry, maybe as an extra? It depends on what city you're in, but if you're in one of the cities where there's a lot of film happening, you should look up the extras casting companies in your city, and then they all have different ways to apply or like get on their roster. But wherever you're living, if there's an extras casting company, like in Atlanta, there's a handful of different extras casting companies, but there's kind of like 3 or 4 main ones, and so if you just look up what they are where you live, and then you just depends on how that they all do it so differently. Um, but like some will just have a Facebook page or something where they're posting their, casting calls and stuff, and then you submit. But some of them want you to submit before like there's even anything that they're advertising, and then they just kind of pull from their roster of people. So yeah, anyway, hopefully that's a tiny bit helpful. Yeah, it really, like, so much of, and just working in the film industry in general, my advice for that would be very city dependent. Um, yeah. Ah, wait, which one are we on? Oh, your shoelaces are untied. So, do we have any guesses for, or your own opinions for that award? Let me know. Um, okay. Do, do, do. Okay. Did any of y'all see Begonia though? I mentioned that a few minutes ago, and I meant to say, since I didn't actually make a review video for it or reaction video for it, um that movie, I honestly thought it was so funny. Like, it was hilarious. It was so weird. And I was very entertained by it. I was laughing like the whole movie. um Yeah, well, you got a year's worth of movies on that list now. Yeah, I think I'll have to close submissions to the Here we go. These are the ones that I wrote down, more so cuz thank you all for so many suggestions. I wrote these down because I had heard of them before or was interested in seeing them. Yeah. So, thank you so much. I'm excited to I'll probably narrow down this list a little bit for the poll. Or maybe I'll just put all of them. I don't know. Do do do. Oh, it's fun to see what other reaction channels y'all enjoy. I'm trying to like become more familiar with all of them and all of that. So cool. The Spy Kids movies. I loved those as a kid. Do any of y'all watch the show Traitors? It's technically a reality show. It's like a game show sort of, and it's so fun. And Alan Cumming, who of course is in the Spy Kids movies, he is the host of Traitors, and he's like the best, most dramatic host. Um, yeah, it's a good time. Okay. But let's go ahead and do Your Shoelaces Are Untied. I gave that to two things. I gave it to Spartacus because I was sad, and also Severance episode 4 specifically because I was sad at the end of those two things. So that's what I gave Your Shoelaces Are Untied for. I will say, like, both of those are great pieces. Severance episode 4 is definitely maybe one of the best episodes of season 2, episode 4. One of the best episodes of Severance, potentially, maybe. And but the ending, if you know, you know. Yeah. I won't say anything else. Well, it's really good, and then the last little second, I'm like, no. Yeah. Again, I don't want to spoil anything because if you haven't seen Severance, I want to convince you to watch Severance, so I'm not going to spoil anything. Truman Show. Is Truman Show a comedy? I thought it was like I don't know what category to say. Maybe it is a comedy. Do do do. Horrible Bosses, starring Jennifer Aniston. Okay, yeah. Sorry. I feel like I just have to close the comedy movie submissions now. But yeah, it's good to see the names of what y'all are interested in, because the more that I see something, the more that I obviously am able to tell that um that people are wanting to see that. Um what's your most watched reaction? I don't know. I feel like it's definitely one of my first ones just cuz that's had a lot more time to accumulate. Um let's see. Oh, well, this isn't a surprise because it's a video I did with Addie. It's The Hangover Part 2. But my second is Saving Private Ryan, which is also not a surprise. Very popular movie. Um, Friendship from 2024 is a great comedy movie. I don't think I've ever heard of that one. Yeah, I did not hear about that one. Interesting. Um, So which was the movie where you didn't like the ending? I don't think, like, from everything we watched this month, I don't think there was one. So that's why it's not always like I well, those were both endings I didn't like, but in the way of like I still think it made it a good episode of TV or a good movie for Spartacus and Severance season 2 episode 4. But I just for personal reasons, for personal investment in certain characters or whatever, I didn't like the ending. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. So, next award is going to be the No Blinking Award, which means the movie that I just couldn't look away from. So, go ahead and say what you would give that award to out of everything from January. Again, what we watched in January was Star Wars episodes 2 and 3, Severance, Arrival, Spartacus, Aladdin, There Will Be Blood, Chernobyl episodes 1 and 2, Rogue One, Doctor Strangelove, and The Departed. So, there you go. um what made you start doing reactions? Um it was because I had some time off from like a full-time film job. I was in between jobs and I've not seen many things, as you know, and I genuinely was getting like fed up of people always being so surprised and shocked and like almost offended when I would say I hadn't seen something. Um, so those were kind of some of the reasons. And then obviously I've been friends with Addie for since college. And so like when she started doing the channel, she had told me I was didn't even know this was a thing. So, she's definitely who introduced me to this world that exists. But yeah, those are my reasons. Just really wanting to see all this stuff that I've just somehow never seen. And also it's just important for me as someone who wants to be a filmmaker and direct. It's obviously I realize it's important for me to know references and whatnot when people mention something. But yeah, that's that. Seeking a Friend for the End of the World with Keira Knightley and Steve Carell. That sounds like a fun lineup. You're on my Mount Rushmore of reactors. Thank you. That's very nice. Thank you so much. Haven't seen Begonia, but I know what you mean. Check out The Lobster. I have wanted to see The Lobster too. I will say I saw the movies of his I have seen are his more recent ones. So The Favorite, which I remember I've only seen once, really liked it. Poor Things, which I don't think I liked as much as The Favorite. And then Begonia, which I don't know where I would rank that with everything else yet, but it definitely definitely was silly. Um do you have a preference for reacting to shows versus films? I mean, I I love TV shows. I really do, but I mean, in general, I'm just trying to watch more films in general at the moment, but I really enjoy watching shows too, which is why I'm trying to often have a TV show going on the channel. But I definitely won't be like only watching TV or anything on this channel. Um okay, so no blinking. The one that I just couldn't look away from, I was on the edge of my seat the whole movie. This one goes to The Departed, of course. How could it not? I think that was definitely, there were a lot of great movies this month, but that was definitely like the pacing and also just trying to piece together and figure out what exactly was going on and who was working for who and who could we trust, if anybody, all of that. So, The Departed. Okay, the next award is Mr. Misunderstood, which is for any character from anything that we watched in the past month who I think is misunderstood in some way. So, put your votes out for that. Um Ooh. Rank these characters from The Silence of the Lambs by how much they disgust you. That's hard. They're all gross. Buffalo Bill, Hannibal Lecter, or Migs. They're all gross. I mean, disgust? Maybe Buffalo Bill the most, probably. And then Migs, and then Hannibal Lecter. Although, I don't know, maybe it should be Hannibal Lecter. Just as like, that's the thing about Hannibal Lecter. He's still such a conversationalist, sort of, in some ways. And so until you see him, you know, trying to eat somebody's face off, you're like, oh, you're fine. Oh, I don't know. Migs grossed me out too, though, obviously. Oh, we had some votes for Star Wars Episode 3. Oop, sorry to disappoint. I can't wait until you see Andor. Shawshank Tree reference in 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, you must remember my story from the first video I put up on YouTube, which was one of the big reasons that I wanted to start the channel. Like, people on set would reference things that sometimes, you know, sometimes there'd just be something that didn't really matter, but sometimes it would be to convey information. So when I used to work in the locations department before working in props, this guy was like telling me where something was going to go or something. And he was like, oh yeah, over at the Shawshank Tree. And I was like, what? What's the Shawshank Tree? And then he went into a full blown, like, you haven't seen the Shawshank Redemption? What do you mean? The tree from the Shawshank Redemption. Because there was a tree that looked like that tree, but how would I have known? So, yeah. That's one of my main anecdotes that definitely helps convey why I needed to see so many movies so badly. How come you haven't seen many movies? What are your other interests? I mean, I feel like once I did start, you know, being able to like watch something by my own choice and stuff like that, I was usually watching TV. I just really enjoyed the satisfaction of, you know, getting to know characters over a longer period of time and all of that. So I definitely would opt for TV a lot more than movies once I was in like high school or college. And I also was like always doing something after school for the most part. Like I was a theater kid for a long time, so I'd always have rehearsal, or I played tennis, so I also had tennis practice or tennis lessons for a while growing up. But yeah, and then in college, really most of my time was like in rehearsal or working if I wasn't in class, or hanging out with friends, being in college. So yeah, those I guess are some of the reasons. Um, let's see. Any Mr. Misunderstood guesses? Jafar. Interesting. Jafar. I almost gave best worst villain to Jafar, but I didn't. We'll get to that one next. Um Oh, somebody said it. Let me see if anybody else got it. Um Do you watch tennis? Yes, I do. Well, I have been a decent bit, but I currently, as of right now, I don't really have access to live TV, so I haven't been watching. Has the Australian Open started or finished or anything? I don't even know. I've been out of the loop for the past few months, like basically since the US Open on tennis. Um, but I'm pretty aware of like a lot of the current players and all of that. But yeah, I'm sort of keeping up. I just my brain just went, away because I was like, I need to figure out how to get some live TV that's not crazy expensive so that I can watch some tennis and the Oscars when it comes to that. Um okay, so for Mr. Misunderstood, I gave it to Anakin slash Darth Vader, but now the prequel series gave me the prequel trilogy gave me enough information to be like, okay, I see where you're coming from a little bit. I see how all of this made you who you are a little bit. um so oh, Boris Cherno or Boris, oh gosh, I can't pronounce his last name. That's impressive that you knew how to spell it. But yeah, Boris from Chernobyl actually would be another great contender. I didn't even think of him. But especially because I initially definitely misunderstood him a tiny bit. I think that's probably intentional though, for the audience um to feel that way. Um Yes, the Australian Open is over. Dang it. Alcaraz won though. He's my favorite guy right now. Um and my favorite girl right now is Coco Gauff cuz she's also from Atlanta. Um but dang. So, oops, sorry Carlos, I did not did not keep up with your wins. Um That's cool that some of y'all in here are some tennis fans too. Yeah, I need to get back into it. Um, da, 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 da. You can find good live TV online. Yeah, I need to just maybe eventually, when I can afford it, maybe I could get YouTube TV or something. Um, da, da, da. Oh, you met Arena Sabalenka. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, growing up, I mean, Nadal is still one of my favorites. Obviously, he's retired now, but I loved Nadal as a kid. And yeah. Let's see. Camilla, are you still working in the industry or have you switched to full-time content creator? I am now becoming more of a freelancer, like in film, where that technically is still what I was doing before, but I would be on a TV show for like months at a time. Um, so it felt more so like a full-time job for 6 months. And then, maybe you have a month off and then you start another show or something. Um, but yeah, I'm freelancing. I'm currently prepping for something that I'm working on, but I've been wanting to kind of get into the independent film world a little bit more, whereas I was very immersed in the union film projects that were happening in Atlanta. So, yeah, I've been working to meet more people in the indie film world up here and all of that. And the only reason I'm able to kind of focus on more indie stuff is because I have this YouTube channel. So I'm not full-time content creator because I am, those freelance gigs on the side are also a form of income and everything. But I would say like 75% of my time is spent on everything for YouTube and Patreon, which is really cool. Um, yeah, so that's that. um, I still remember Nadal versus Djokovic in 2012. I'm pretty sure I watched that. Like I watched a ton of their finals. um, yeah, okay. The next award is best worst villain. So, out of everything from January, who would you give it to? Um, Agassi was your favorite. Okay, yeah. I'm not familiar with his game as much. I mean, I know who he is. Um, but yeah, I never was watching his stuff while he was a player, a real-time player. Um, okay. Best worst villain. I feel like I have gone really slow through the awards this live, so I'm going to chug along for these last few awards. Best worst villain I gave to Jack the Ripper from Doctor Strangelove. Yeah, he was off his rocker. But it was funny to watch. We definitely have a lot of great villains this month. I didn't even think about Costello. Honestly, I probably should have given that to Costello because he was a great villain. Um, but I mean, Matt Damon was also kind of a villain in The Departed as well. So I don't know, so many great options. Um, okay. Let's see what's next. Oh, favorite ending. Favorite ending is next. And so, out of everything, what would y'all give it to? What would you give it to? We did have a lot of bleaker endings this month, I feel like. I mean, and please, I'm gonna slightly spoil some of these movies. So if you haven't seen anything, but like Spartacus, bleak ending. Doctor Strangelove, I didn't even realize until I was editing it that was probably, spoiler alert, put me on mute for 10 seconds, but that was probably the world blowing up. Like, I just thought it was an abrupt ending, but then as I was editing, I was like, wait, I think that the nuclear bomb just made it to them. And then what else? I mean, oh my gosh, There Will Be Blood is such a bleak ending. Um, like Dark, dark, dark. What else? I think I said Spartacus. Star Wars Episode 3, you know? The Departed. Like, that's bleak too at the same time. Everybody just dying. I feel like y'all have probably seen most of these things, so I'm probably not spoiling something for you, but I would hate to ever spoil something for anyone. But favorite ending I gave to Rogue One, because though that also was a bleak ending for a second, then we get to see our lovely Princess Leia for the very last moment, the actual last moment. So yeah. All of that milkshake drinking. All of that milkshake drinking. Since starting the channel, have there been any actors that have made you go, I didn't know what they were capable of before, but now I want to see everything because they're so talented? Ooh, that's a good question. Definitely, just because he's front of mind, definitely Daniel Day-Lewis. I knew that he was supposed to be a really great actor, but I don't think I had seen him in anything until Phantom Thread, and then There Will Be Blood, and he's like just magnetic and really, really intriguing. Let me scroll through some other stuff though to see if anybody comes to mind. I mean, honestly, John Turturro, I've like been really intrigued by. So probably him. Oh my gosh, Home Alone 2, I just saw the video pop up because I'm scrolling to think of answers. And you guys, Catherine O'Hara. I'm so, so, so sad about that. Yeah. I'm sad. We've watched her on the channel, of course, in both of the Home Alone movies. But I mean, I loved her in Schitt's Creek, of course. If y'all haven't seen that show, it's super fun. It's a comedy if you're needing just a nice little light comedy. Honestly, I'm not a big show rewatcher, but it kind of made me want to rewatch Schitt's Creek because I want to see more of her now. And of course, she was in The Studio, that new Apple TV Plus Seth Rogen show, which was really good. And she was in The Last of Us season 2. I don't know why I'm just naming the things that I saw her in recently, but yeah. I need to see something else of hers soon, though, in honor of her, probably, because I haven't seen a lot of her movies, so yeah. But I'm very sad about her passing. It's very sad. Okay, the next award, what was it? Favorite ending, Rogue One. The next one is Camilla's Oscar. So, out of all of the movies from January, what would you say is the best? Which one would you give your Oscar to? Well, or what do you think I'm giving my Oscar to? Let me know. It's that, and then we have Peanut's pick, and then we're done with the awards. So, the last 20 minutes of There Will Be Blood are some of the most intense thing I saw in a theater. Yeah. It's intense. It's like parts of it are funny, parts of it are like, wait, maybe I shouldn't be laughing, and then you're like, oh. You know? Ugh. Okay. Let's see. So, I'm not seeing any guesses, but I know that my video in the chat is always delayed, but I'll go ahead and let you know that I gave my Oscar this month to There Will Be Blood. That movie, even though there might be movies that are like a little bit more fun or something, but that movie I feel like is one that I could rewatch and like notice a lot more, but also like it's so well made. It feels real, like important and relevant what they're talking about. And yeah, I think it's just a pretty smart movie. I liked it a lot. Okay, last award is Peanut's pick. Where are you at, buddy? I don't know where that guy even went. Let's see if I can. I'm trying to see if I can even see him anywhere, but he's probably napping. I was trying to make his treat make noises. He would come running in here. But Peanut's pick. There are some things that he definitely said no to this month. Peanut said no to The Departed because of Leonardo DiCaprio's horrific line where he said that he was glad that the girl didn't have any cats. So Peanut's not hanging out in The Departed. He's not hanging out with Leo's character. None of that. He also said no to Chernobyl because, I mean, we're not to that episode yet, but I've watched the whole show. I watched it basically a year ago at this point. And I know what they do to all the animals that don't just die from the radiation earlier. I know. And yeah, Peanut said no. But Peanut did say yes to Aladdin, specifically Jasmine's palace. That's where Peanut would like to hang out. But there's so many creatures and critters in Aladdin that I think Peanut could have fun hanging out with. So that is that. And those are all of the awards for this month. I definitely went through it a lot slower than usual. But there we go. Thanks for joining for the awards portion. I'll catch up on the chat for a second. But yeah, thank you. Thanks for joining. Let me know if you joined the lives a lot. Do you want me to start doing something different in the lives? I mean, I enjoy giving out the little monthly awards, but also I don't know if that just gets old or redundant. It's fun for me, but I'm not the one watching. I'm the one just chatting my face off. We're gonna make that a phrase. That's my new phrase. Talking your ear off, I guess. Is that what I was trying to say? Chatting my face off. Okay. We've got an agreement for There Will Be Blood. It's a masterpiece, yes. Peanut seems like a good rat catcher, though, which is what The Departed is all about. I thought about that. I actually was going to say The Departed, but then I remembered Leo's character, and then I was like, oh, no. Or, I mean, he was actually going to say The Departed. But yeah, let me know if you want anything different for live moving forward or whatever. I mean, I know a lot of people just kind of hang out in the live streams anyway and don't have anything specific planned, so maybe I'm overthinking it. But there might not be a live in March. I'm not positive, but I'm traveling in early March, and so I don't know if I'll end up, at least not on a weekend, and I feel like overall that's probably the best time to do the lives. I guess I could do a weekday evening. Yeah, but I don't know. There's just so many different time zones, so I feel like weekend is kind of the best in general. So we might end up not having one in March, but then we would have a lot of material to discuss in April if we did skip that. So I don't know, just a little heads up, not positive, but most likely, because I like to try to do it early in the month if I can. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out. It seems like the chat's dying down. So I'll probably go ahead and close this out here in a couple minutes, or probably not even a couple minutes, in a few seconds. But yeah, it really does mean a lot that you choose to spend even a snippet of your time with me for this live stream, or a snippet of your time with me when you're watching a video. Seriously, thank you all so much, because yeah, this is like 75% of my income and well-being now, and I like deeply, deeply appreciate all of you. And I'm having so much fun. I really am. It's like I can't believe that I just get to watch all these movies and catch up on life with all of you. So thank you. Thank you for 31,000 subscribers, to be more accurate. But thank you so much. That's such an exciting number. I like the number 3. So, yeah. Okay, I guess I should say bye. I guess I should just let you all go and enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl if you're watching that. Yeah, thank you for being